April Fool's Day is a very intriguing day, and developers love to take advantage of this day to play some form of elaborate prank on their players. Digital Extremes especially loves to play a good prank on their players every now and again, and it doesn't get better than 2014 with the introduction of Warframe's most powerful tool, Grate Prime. Grate Prime is the epitome of Metal Grate, an ancient Orokin technology combined, able to withstand damage from the heaviest of 10. This golden gilded grate boasts twice the entry power and 4 bounce rate of the original grate. Now, what is Grate Prime? Well, there's a lot of mystery surrounding this item, mainly because there's absolutely no gameplay of it anywhere, from where I've looked at least. Probably because of, well, obvious reasons. But let's assume it's real for now, to make this video a tad bit more interesting. Now, since we only have speculation surrounding this item and not actual gameplay, it's all up in the air in terms of what this item actually does. But it was first introduced on March 31st as a 10.0 reinforcement post on the Warframe website with the creator, Mike Brennan. Yeah, let's just not use his alias, Mike Brennan. He left DE in 2017, but not before bringing us the best tool in the game and stating, "I'm constantly revisiting Warframe and the many in-game elements we have created." Upon reflecting on the opening sequence of each mission recently, I thought to myself, how can I make this greater? The thought rattled in my brain for days until it reassembled itself, and I had my answer. I needed to make it greater. You see, we did it. And so was the beginning of Grate Prime. So from what I've gathered, it's supposedly a skin for the Grate that appears in the beginning cutscene of any closed tile set. But before we get into what this thing actually does, let's take a look at how to acquire it. You can't. Anymore, at least. It was on the market for 9,001 platinum for only 60 seconds after your initial login. And Christ almighty, you'd have to be some form of dodgy parts dealer just to reach that amount of platinum in a minute. And interestingly enough, if you try and sell it for credits, don't know why you'd want to, if it was real, it can't be sold for 0.000 credits. Interestingly enough. But now it's time to show you the features of this bad boy. It has mods! Again, no real proof, only speculation, and I'm pretty sure these mods weren't even real to begin with. But let's play devil's advocate for the sake of this video, to make it a bit more interesting. We've got 3 unique mods. Drop Zone will send you in the mission on a parachute, Fortnite style. Particle will cover the room in a thick vent dust. Then it will reveal the Warframe apparently standing proud. Maybe not so proud because 9,001 platinum was spent, but you know, proud as you can be from an uninformed purchase. The last mod, and the best one, Shockwave, will cause your Warframe to create about 9,999,999 blast damage. Christ almighty. So some fairly interesting mods there, but not as interesting as the fact that Grate Prime can be equipped to every single slot in your inventory. Warframe, weapons, sentinels, you name it. Hell, just play a full Grate Prime setup. If you could do it. Who the fuck needs a Warframe anyways when we've got... Oh, that's right. None of us have Grate Prime. And this fact causes the game's enjoyment to drop by a whopping 60%. No wonder we've got a community filled with crybabies. That was a joke, that was a joke! Put down your pitchforks, put down your weapons, only some of them. But one individual apparently has their hands in this, and I'll get to that point in a little bit. And when compared to the Glaive and its Prime variant, the Grate Prime has been confirmed to perform 73.31% greater than a Glaive, and 133.337% better than a Glaive Prime, when used in such manners. What manners is it being used in? What? And now we inevitably come to the obvious conclusion, the legitimacy of this item. It doesn't exist. I may seem a bit stubborn with this conclusion, and I may make some people upset who desperately want this to be a reality, and the thing you've got to understand is, so do I! I don't want to go around saying that this doesn't exist. I don't want to go around saying that I don't want this to be a thing. Because if it was a thing, I'd be on it in an instant. But the evidence, or lack thereof, is all clear to me. And even though the wiki page says one person owns the item, nothing has surfaced. No gameplay, no screenshots, and put yourself in the perspective of the owner of this item. If you had it, you'd want to show it off. You'd know its rarity, and that it's a one-of-a-kind item, and would probably clickbait the fuck out of it, let's be honest there, we all would. And the claim only a single player was able to acquire Grate Prime from the market prior to it being discontinued is incredibly vague, and it doesn't take into account that nobody apart from DE can see the sales figures. And come on! You think only one person would buy this? Really? Really? But you know what? I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. It may not hit its mark, and it's guaranteed not to, but there's no harm in trying it. So to the one person who supposedly owns this item, please, for the love of Christ, post gameplay somewhere. If it does exist, assuming that, which I doubt entirely, as evident from my tone in this entire video, because this isn't April Fool's joke. The wiki article is probably as much as a joke as the item is, but I desperately want this thing to be as real as much as you do. And by posting it yourself, you'd get a fuck ton of views. That's assuming it's real, not fake, of course, I can't preface this enough. So it's a win-win situation for the community and you. You'd get views and we'd finally see gameplay of this item rather than taking vague forum posts of people supposedly spotting it. But the story doesn't really end here. There is a way to obtain Grate Prime, but not in-game. The introduction of Archwing in Limbo with Update 15 in October of 2014 brought a hype site. The original URL doesn't work, but it's been reconstructed with a new link, and once you type the Konami code up, down, left, right, you'll see it in all its great glory. Fuck. Even I'm doing really bad puns. So that's the mystery of Grate Prime. And even though this may not be real, a part of me still wants this to be included in the game, and I know that feeling lies within all of us who know about Grate Prime. So I propose a solution. We must bring justice for Grate Prime by creating an obligatory hashtag that will ultimately get us nowhere. Hashtag bring justice to Grate Prime, save Grate Prime, or bring Grate Prime, anything like that. Just fucking make a hashtag and just make sure DE see it. I don't fucking know. Okay, obvious sarcasm aside, I definitely want to see this thing in the game. So DE, if you ever catch wind of this video, or of me saying this, please, for the love of God, finally put this thing in. Please, everyone's begging for it. It's the one thing that will make this game good. It's the one thing that will make this game good!